Okay, so now, again, I ask you to look at this over the weekend and do the odds. So I'm hoping you did. All right. Now, number one, let me just go ahead and let's do this. Okay. Here we go. We got work to do. So let's go ahead and do the odds real quick. Number one, remember you're multiplying numbers. So that's negative 15. Then you're doing what to the exponents? Adding them. All right. So this would be x to the 6th and then y to the 1st. All right. Cole, can you hear me now? All right. So number two, well, let's just go ahead and do the odds. Number three, just to make sure you're correct. Number three was negative 6, a to the 3rd, d to the 4th. Anybody have a problem with that? Any issues? Okay. Number 5, multiplying again numbers. Okay. That would equal 5. And now you're adding exponents. Anybody have any issues with that? Anybody have any issues? Anybody? All right, let's knock out 7. All right. Now you're squaring. So you have to square 2/3. 2/3 squared is 4/9. And then p squared. Anybody have any issues with 7? Yes.
Oh, wait, never mind.
All right, number 9, here we go. Now, listen, please, all of these, power to a power to a power. What do you think I do with all those numbers? Multiply them. So it's going to be 3 to the 24th power. Logan, can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, anybody have any questions? 3 to the 24th. All right, here we go, number 11. Now, I recommend this automatically goes where? On the bottom. So I want you to rewrite it as 2a cubed over b squared c cubed raised to the 5th power. Okay. Anybody have any questions with that? Anytime you have a negative exponent, it must move. Negative exponents move from the top to the bottom. If they're on the bottom, you move it to the top. Now you raise everything to the 5th power. So of course, you can just type it on your calculator 2 to the 5th, and that will tell you 32. Now we have power to a power, so that's multiplication. B to the 10th, C to the 15th. Anybody have any issues? Any issues? All right, 13. Now, when you're dividing, you're subtracting exponents. So 4 A's on the top, 7 on the bottom, leaves me 3 on the bottom. 6 on the top, 2 on the bottom, leaves me 4 on the top. Anybody have any questions with that? Anybody? Yes.
Does it matter which one? On top?
Yes. Good question. How many A's are on the top? How many on the bottom? Because there are more on the bottom, you leave it at the bottom, right? And then the same thing with 6 B's and 2 B's. So there's 4 left on the top. All right, what?
What if it's equal?
They cross out.
Huh?
They cross out.
Oh, yeah.
All right. 15. Again, 15. I have 3 X's on top and 1 on the bottom. So that gives me X squared on the top. Now you're looking at this Y negative 4. That Y negative 4 has to go where? On the top. So it becomes Y to the 4th on the top. So how many y's on the top? 5, right? I know what you meant, but there's a total of 5. Y to the 5th. Since everything moved out of the bottom, there's just a what number? A 1. Do I have to put a 1 there?
No.
No, so we can erase. All right, here we go. 17. Reduce the fraction. 24 over 32 can be reduced by a factor of 8, right? Which is, all right, when I divide by 8, I end up with 3/4. I have 8 on the top, 1 on the bottom, which gives me what? X to the 7th. And then y to the 4th, where at? On the bottom. Now, once again, I keep trying to tell you guys who want to get better. Just writing these down is not going to help for tomorrow. Just writing them down, or it's not helping. All right. Checking your work. That's what you're supposed to be doing. What?
How did you get 7?
8 minus 1. Remember, this is a 1. Right? You see it? Okay. 19. Here we go. Now, you have to do this part first because it's a power to a power. So you do exponents. So it's x to the 6th times x to the -6.
1.
So you end up with x to the 0, which is equal to 1. Anybody have any questions with that? Anybody have any questions? All right, let's go. That's a good job, guys. 21. Again, we're just multiplying. So what do we do to the exponents? You add them, right? So wait a minute. There's none of them are the same. Does everybody agree? It's just P, Q, R. So you have to just move them. No negative exponents. So it's P over Q squared R cubed. Anybody have any issues with that? Anybody have any issues?
No.
All right, let's check out 23. Anything to the 0 power is 1. All right, that is just 1. That was kind of easy. And you can do that on your calculator too, if for some reason you forget. All right, make sure you put parentheses around it. Jolie, what?
If we put if we put it as like -34 to 0, would we get it wrong?
Yeah, because I want you to know anything to the 0 power is what? 1. All right, yes.
Can you do 24?
24. All right. Everything is to the -2. So you just take the reciprocal. -4 over 3 squared. Okay. Now you square, because we're squaring, it becomes positive. 16 over 9. Now, should you miss this, is there any chance you're going to miss this tomorrow?
Yeah.
Oh, because you have a calculator. So everybody take out their calculator. Put in parentheses, negative. Now, do it as a fraction. Negative, alpha, hit the next button, type in 3/4, close parentheses, square it, and it should be able to tell you that it's 16 over 9. Is that good? Did you get it? Then you didn't do it right. You didn't type it in right. You didn't raise it to a negative.
What?
Good. All right, there's really no reason. What's the matter?
You said
Parentheses. Negative. Then type in the fraction.
what you just do if I do
So you don't even know how to use your fraction button on your calculator. That's why I get frustrated. All right. Please. And that means you haven't been using your calculator.
I do know.
No, you don't know.
I've been
Negative.
doing it
Shh.
wrong.
Alpha, this button. and the fraction comes up.
No, I'm.
You didn't know
I thought
that.
we were doing
3 over
something else.
4.
29 over 34.
Come on. Remember, you gotta let me fuss at you. So you remember. That's the whole point. Go outside the parentheses now.
I've been doing it a different way. I'm not.
I don't care. You're doing it this way. This is the right way. Go down. Get rid of that garbage, right? Delete that garbage. Now go over there, close parentheses, caret. And now it's to the -2. Wow, there you go. That's how you do it with a calculator. Look, again, let me just make myself perfectly clear. All right. Some of you guys, when I get frustrated when you don't know how to use a calculator, because for this whole time I've been saying, check it on your calculator. And you haven't been. Right? That's why I get frustrated. And now you want to know because there's a quiz tomorrow. All right. Clear your calculator, Brennan. Open up a parentheses. Then you hit the negative button. Then you hit alpha and then the X button right next to it. Do you see a fraction comes in?
Yeah.
Then you type in 3, 4, close parentheses, caret, -2, and then hit enter. Right? See what I mean? See how frustrating that is? You should have asked me that last month. All right, now 25, here we go. Look at the numbers. -15 divided by 5 is what? -3. W to the 0 does what? Becomes a 1, so it crosses out. This U to the -1 goes where? On the bottom. So my final answer is just -3 over U to the 4th. Thank you. Very good. -3 over U to the 4th. Everybody's good? All right, here we go. 27. Really nice problem. Just one. Anything to the 0 power, all that crosses out to a 1. What?
For number 25, so I thought that if it was like -15W and then 5U, wouldn't you do, why would you,
Listen to me. Listen to what the rules are. Divide the numbers. This is a number and this is a number. What's -15 divided by 5? That's where I got this from. What happens to W to the 0 power? I didn't hear you. Yes, because it's a 1. What is U to the -1? Goes down as U to the 1st.
so be U, so be U to 4. Okay, got it.
Here we go. 29. What is this 4 to the -1? Where does that go?
Bottom.
On the bottom. So it's 1 over 4 to the 3rd power, which is 1 over 64. Now just type that in the calculator. Make sure you're good. There's no reason to miss these. Everybody type it in. 4 or type in the fraction first. Type in the fraction first. Then do 4 to the -1 divided by 4 squared and see if you get 1 over 64. Don't take my word for it. All right, I'm asking you to practice with your calculator. You should be doing it on your calculator to see if it's right. Yeah, it's easy. Anything that has numbers, your calculator can do. All right, the variables that cannot do the variables. All right, here we go. 31. 4n to the 7th times 3n to the 5th is what? D, 12n to the 12th. You multiply numbers and add exponents. Multiply numbers and add exponents. Any issues? All right. 33. All right. So here we go. Negative 28 divided by 4 is what? Negative 7. X to the fourth over x is what? X to the, and then y to the, there you have it. So correct answer for 33 was A. All right, let's check out 35. How do I find the area? Area is what? Length times width. So area is equal to 3x squared y to the fifth times 7x to the fifth y to the seventh. So the area is, someone tell me, 21x to the seventh y to the 12th. Anybody have any issues with that? Anybody? What? Come on.
That was 2W times 2L.
No, that you're thinking perimeter.
Oh,
Okay. 37. All right. Area of a circle. Does anybody remember what that was? A equals. Thank you, sir. Area is pi r squared. So now area is pi parentheses 2x to the fourth squared. All right, come on. I got work, Jackson. We got a big day tomorrow, man. All right. So pi, what is 2 squared? Say it. 4. Then what do I do? X to the fourth squared. What does that become? X to the eighth. So generally we simplify this by saying 4 pi x to the eighth. That's the area of that circle. All right. Anybody have any questions with that? Yes.
So you don't have to find the pi, or
I don't know what you mean. You don't have to find the pi.
well, not like find the pi. I mean, like you don't have to multiply.
No, we leave it in math. We leave in exact answers from now on. Rounding is for 5th, 6th, 7th grade. Okay, we just leave it as the exact answer.
Can you do the one above it?
I can do them all. But here we go, 39. All right. So power to power, what's the rule here? So that's x to the 24a equals, what would the right side of the equation be?
8.
X to the what power? 8. So now how do I figure out what a is? Tell me.
Divide 24.
Shh.
Divide A by 24.
Yeah, but you'd have to write the equation first. So I want everybody to write 24a equals 8. If the bases are the same, and they are, the exponents are equal. So here, everybody should have been able to say a equals what?
3.
Yeah, 3 is the common mistake, but it's actually 1/3. Okay, it's 1/3 because you're dividing both sides by 24. All right, here we go, 41. What is this? X to the 1 over x to the -3 is what? What is it? X to the what? X to the third, right?
Yeah.
So this one over here is what? X to the fourth, right? So it appears as though what? Column B is greater, but the actual answer is guess what?
You cannot do it.
Yeah, let me explain to you now. This one's hard, so I want everybody's attention. Right? It has nothing to do with we don't know what the number is. All right, but most of the time, x to the fourth would be greater than x to the third, right? Does everybody agree? Now, please watch. If I let x be equal to 1, what's 1 to the third power? 1. What's 1 to the fourth power? So it looks like they're what right now? Equal. Let's let x equal 2. What's 2 cubed?
8.
What's 2 to the fourth? So now it looks like what? B is greater. So that's why the answer is D. But before we do that, I need everyone, please pay attention up here. Here is what makes people smarter. All right. I also want to try 1/2. All right. I also want to try 1/2. So if I let X equal 1/2, what's 1/2 times 1/2 times 1/2? 1/8. What's 1/2 times 1/2 times 1/2 times 1/2? 1/16. So now which one is bigger? A is bigger. Please listen to what I'm just saying. All right, that for some reason is difficult for kids. All right, because they just automatically assume because you raise something to the 4th power, it's automatically greater than something raised to the 3rd power. Is that true? No, it is not true. Is everybody with me? Everybody's good on that? All right, when you square or cube a number between 0 and 1, it's actually getting what? Smaller. If you'll notice what I said, 1/2, 1/4, 1/8, 1/16, those numbers are actually getting what? Smaller, even though we're squaring and cubing and raising to the 4th power. All right, hopefully you listened to what I said. If you did, you're just a little bit smarter. All right, 43, here we go. Write each expression in radical form. So just let me help you out with this. Everybody should have just zipped these out. Square root of 13 is 13 to the 1/2. 45 requires parentheses. Anybody have any issue with that? And then 47, you have to be careful. Is 21 inside the radical sign? No. All right, it's just 21 radical Z. 48, no, I'm sorry, 49, that can be done on a calculator. So let's do it on a calculator, put parentheses. All right. Put in the fraction, raise it to the 4th power, and then everybody should be able to tell me it's what? I think it's 1/3, but please double check your calculator. Make sure you know how to use it for the quiz tomorrow. Everybody okay with that being 1/3? Everybody's good? Everybody good? Okay, let's check out 51. The cube root of 512. Everybody do that on the calculator. The cube root of 512, is that 8? Everybody's good with 8? Okay, anybody have any issues? All right, let's knock out 53. I need help with the 4th root of 1296. Now, for me personally, I would just write in 1296 caret 1/4. That's how I would do it. All right. If you want, remember, you can go to the math button, and then it would be the X root. So there's lots of ways to do it. What is it?
6.
Somebody said 6. Everybody agreeing with 6?
Yeah.
All right. My guys at home, you're allowed to ask a question if you're having trouble. All right. Now let's go ahead and check out 55. Okay, 3 to what power is 729? Somebody said what? Is it to the 6th? So then X was obviously what now? Remember, if the bases are the same, the exponents must be equal. So that's why X equals 6. You go Y equals, and under Y1, you type in 3 to the X. Then you go to your table and you just plug in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 until you get to the right answer.
Thank you.
All right. Is everybody okay with that? What?
When I go to table, it just sending me to the fraction.
You have to hit second.
Yeah, and then when I do that, it gives me the secret.
The what?
Now it gives me the error.
So go to hit go to 2. It says go to 2 is an option, right? And it takes you to the mistake. Here, bring it up here real quick. While I'm helping her, I want everybody to do 57. Oh, because there's a thing right there. It's tried to show you that that's the mistake. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So whenever there's an error, now go to table.
Thank
Now
you.
have it. Okay, so I'm asking for help on 57. What is it? Somebody said 6.
Yeah.
I got 6.
So we know that x equals 6. Okay. And look, that's what I'm saying, guys. The evens are just like the odds. So if you can do the odds, you can do the evens. All right, so let's take a quick look at, yes, sir, Brennan. Okay, so everybody's going to write down 3x minus 3 equals 3. Now you got to go to 3 to the x again and tell me what it is when it gets to 2187.
7.
Do you agree with that?
It's not 10.
7. Now, listen, Brennan, because the bases are the same, the exponents are now equal. So you're going to write x minus 3 equals 7. So x equals what? 10. Brendan, does that make sense now? All right, because the bases are equal, we set the exponents equal to each other. Yes. Any questions? Yes, Molly.
Well, on number 60, I don't know how to do this.
Okay, so you're going to say 4 to the 3x plus 4 equals 4. I need to know 4 to what power is 16,384. So go to your calculator. Anybody else get 7? So now you put a 7 right here. You hear me? Now-
Just do 3x plus 4.
Yes, that's it, girl. 3x plus 4 equals 7. 3x equals 3, x equals 1. You agree with that now? Okay. Now, Maya had one quick question. All right, Maya, I skipped one. Which one was it?
The triangle one. 26.
Okay, now, the reason people don't know this is because they forget the formula for area of a triangle. 1/2 base times height, right?
Yeah.
So area equals 1/2 5x to the 4th over 9y times 3 over 4 y squared x. Everybody take a look now at 39 or 36. Now I want to take care of the numbers first. So I'm doing 1/2 times 5/9 times 3/4. Now I know it's been a while since you've had to reduce a fraction. This 3 becomes a 1, this 9 becomes a 3. I don't think anything else can cancel. So 5 over what? 5 over, remember you're multiplying. 2 times 3 times 4. Isn't that, anybody else get 24?
Yeah.
Right. Anybody else get 24? Now, how many x's are on the top? How many on the bottom? So that leaves me. How many does that leave me? 3 on the top. How many y's on the top? How many on the bottom? So that leaves me. That's your answer.
Wait, where'd you get 5 over 24? Yeah.
I multiplied 1/2 times 5/9 times 3/4. And if you can't do that, just use your calculator. It's embarrassing that you're using your calculator though, just to let you know. 3 goes into 3 once, 3 goes into 9 3 times. 1 times 5 times 1 is 5. 2 times 3 times 4 is 24. Okay, so that would be your area. That'd be your area. All right, now, anybody have any other questions before what?
Wait, for 32.
Everybody take a quick look at 32.
You just add all of the milk, right? The
When you,
exponents.
yeah, you add the
So then it would
exponents.
just be like x to the 9th, y to the 6th, and z to the 8th.
That's following rules. How's that feel? Right? That's how you get the right answer. If you know the what? If you know the rules, you can play the game. All right, that's why I don't understand about some of you. The reason there's so many problems is so you can do what? Practice the rules. All right. Now, last chance. All right. So what was that answer then for 32?
A.
Somebody said A. I would double check that if I were you. Uh-oh. Did you get a haircut? Wow. It is that noticeable. You're about, the mushroom is about half the size now. All right. All right. Shh, shh, shh.
So 24.
So 24, let me help him out.
I still.
Listen to me. The negative exponent. Take the reciprocal. What's the reciprocal of 3/4? Right. So 4/3, the negative still stays, and you square it. Are you having trouble with 4 squared?
Okay.
What's 3 squared? That's the answer. That's all there is to it. Go. 28. Reduce numbers first. 6/54, 1/9. What happens to the F's? They cancel because they're exactly the same. G to the -5 needs to go where? So I got to move it to the, do you understand? Because it has a negative exponent, right? So now that gives me how many G's on the top? 8, because if I put G to the 5th up here, there'll be 3 + 5 is 8.
You said last time to move it to the bottom, is that because the negatives were on top?
That's right. That's exactly the rule. If there's a negative on the top, it moves to the bottom. If it's negative on the bottom, it moves it to the, that's right. And then last part here is H squared. Thank you, Luca. What?
Can you do number 1?
All right, now I will do the evens with my 7th graders and I will post that. All right, if I forget to post the worked out solutions, if someone reminds me, I'll post all of the worked out solutions. So if you don't want to listen to the video, you don't have to. All right, but again, listening to the video is very helpful. It's very helpful. All right, so I'm now going to end. All right. And I want everybody, we have a quiz tomorrow. All right. It's just the same. I just went in and changed the numbers. That's all I did. All right.
How many questions?
So please make sure. I think there's like 40 questions. All right. My homeschool kids, we are done for the day. All right. I hope you guys are feeling better. All right. I will see you tomorrow. And Logan, are you going to be ready for the quiz tomorrow? I know you've been out.
I think I might need
Cole,
like,
you should be ready, right?
Sure.
I don't know why I can't hear you.
Wait, can you hear me?
All right.
Logan's
No,
texting me.
no, that's
I
okay.
think
I want, you guys tell me if you're ready. All right. I'm assuming you'll be ready.
Go in the chat.
All right. Have a good day, guys.
I was just
I'm Mr. Joe. See you.